Namaste, welcome to Arthaniti. In this Monday's episode, let us learn about thematic funds. Mutual funds in India have become a quite popular investing vehicle. Thematic funds have also gained much popularity because of the returns that they provide. But to understand thematic funds in details, please check this video in full. In this video, we will answer 5 questions. First, what are thematic funds? Second, what are the benefits and risks of thematic funds? Third, what should you consider before investing in a thematic fund? Fourth, who should invest in a thematic fund? And fifth, taxation of these funds. So now let us answer the first question. What are thematic funds? Well, thematic funds are open-ended equity mutual fund schemes. What is meant by thematic fund is that, see, in any mutual fund, the mutual fund generates returns on the basis of the underlying assets in which the money is invested, right? Say if you take a large cap fund, for example, it invests in large cap companies. If you take a sectoral fund, say for example a banking fund, it invests in specific banking stocks as it is a fund related to that sector. When it comes to thematic fund, the investments are done, the underlying assets all conquer to one same theme, one same idea. They can be of different sectors, correct? They need not be of one specific sector, say like technology sector or banking sector or cement sector. Not one specific sector, but they can be of the underlying investments can be from multiple sectors, but the theme that brings them together should be the same. Now for example, take a sector like ESG, environment, social and governance. Yeah, this is a very upcoming budding sector, especially in the western countries. Now there are some funds like ethical funds or green energy funds, digital funds, or say infrastructural funds. Yeah, when you invest with this theme in mind, it brings together various companies of different market capitalization sizes as well as different sectors, correct? So this is what a thematic fund is. It is different, say, from a pure equity fund, a multi cap fund, a sectoral fund. It unites the investments with a common theme, correct? So it is a very theme specific mutual fund. Let us answer the second question. What are the benefits and risks associated with thematic funds? Now, one benefit that is associated with thematic funds is that it has the capacity to give exponential returns. If you are able to understand the theme which might work well in future and you invest your money in that theme, there are high chances that the returns that you generate from such an investment are way better than any indices in the market. But the crux here, the what you should understand is that it is not that easy to get that theme right. But this is one of the benefits of thematic funds, that it has the capacity to generate exponentially high returns. Yes, one more benefit that thematic funds offer is diversification. Say with a sectoral fund, take for example a banking fund. Yeah, you have the scope of your investments is limited to all companies in that particular sector. But with a thematic fund, you have a diversified portfolio which resonates to one theme, but they can, the companies in which your investment is done can belong to different sectors, to different market capitalizations. So you have a wider diversification scope in a thematic fund as compared to sectoral funds. So these are the benefits of thematic funds. What are the risks associated with these funds? Well, One of the risk is high volatility. Well, thematic funds are the riskiest of mutual funds. That is why they are able to generate exponentially high returns. Correct? Looking at the risk factor, the volatility, the probability of facing losses is also as high as the chances of getting high returns. Correct? So there is a lot of volatility when you invest in such funds. One more risk that is involved is that, see, as I told you, these are the riskiest of mutual funds. The time horizon that you should have in mind while investing in these funds is not a short period of time, but a very longer duration of investments that you should be looking at while investing in thematic funds. Yes, because say if you invest in a particular theme, say like infrastructure or a digital theme, yeah, what happens is these themes, these ideas, to reach their peak can take way longer than your expectations. So you have to remain invested in these funds if you want to generate those kinds of returns with the intent of which you had put in your money in these funds in the first place. So you should be ready to take a longer duration view, should be able to put in your money for that long period of time. So basically, if you have goals like retirement or children education, children marriage, which are 10-15 years down the line, then these are the funds that you should be looking at, as they have the capacity to generate exponential returns the longer you remain invested in them. The next question that we will answer is, what should you as investors consider before investing in thematic funds? Well, the first thing that you should look into is the fund manager's track record. How has he performed while managing this fund? What is his past experience? Has he previously managed any thematic fund? Yes, all these will give you a good idea of the capability of the fund manager in managing your money. The next thing that you should consider is the underlying theme. What is that theme? Learn about it, read about it. Do you have confidence in that theme that it will perform well over a longer period of time in future? Yeah, say something like digital. If the theme is digital, you know that it has a bright future over a longer period of time with what is happening in India in the digital space. The theme is going to give amazing returns in the longer term. Correct? Or if you take infrastructural theme, for example, the pace at which infrastructural growth is happening in India, yes, that also is a theme that you can look into. Take for example, if a fund house tomorrow comes up with defense as its theme, yes, with our defense minister recently stating on record that 75% of the defense procurements will now be sourced domestically. I hope all of you are aware that like the highest percentage of allocation that happens in the budget is towards our defense sector. So 75% of that allocation will be routed through India. So look at the scope at which this area has in the future. Correct? Such themes, read about them, make sure you understand what those themes are, and be confident with yourself when you are investing in such themes, because you are going to put your money not for 1 or 2 years but a very long period of time. So getting that awareness is also very, very essential before you think of investing in such funds. The third thing that you should consider, not only while investing in a thematic fund but in all funds, is the expense ratio. Why? Because the higher the expense ratio, the more it cuts into your returns. Now, what is this expense ratio? This is basically a charge that the mutual fund house charges to your investment annually for all the expenditures, administrative, marketing expenditures that the mutual fund house has incurred while managing your funds. So these three things, fund managers experience, the your confidence in the underlying theme, and expense ratio are the factors that you should consider while investing in a thematic fund. The fourth question is, who should invest in a thematic fund? Well, to start with, first time investors who are new to investing should not look at this fund as your initial investment. Why? Because of the high risk involved in investing your money in a thematic fund. So these funds are not for new first time investors. Investors who have a high risk appetite. See, it is not so that the person with a high risk appetite will alone earn high returns. Depending on your risk appetite, if you invest your money properly, you will still generate better returns to fight inflation and create long term wealth corpus, right? So understanding your risk taking capacity is a must. After all, the aim is to have a good night's sleep. It should not happen that you invest your money and then you lose your sleep wondering what is happening to your money and whether there is a chance that you will ever get it back. That is not what investments are meant to do to us, right? So understanding your risk taking capacity is a must. If you have a high risk appetite, go for this fund, right? Secondly, people who are well informed, who read news, just don't go on hearsay or influencer marketing tactics. You read for yourself, read the news over a period of time. Yes, it's not that one day you start reading the newspaper, read the headlines, it's something clicks, something attracts, and you invest your money in it. It has to be a gradual long term process. So like, be informed, be aware of what is happening around you, what is happening in the world, what is happening with banks in the western countries, what is happening with banks in India. Hot favorite topic nowadays, correct? Be aware of your surroundings. If you are aware of what is happening around you in other economies in the world, you will be able to take informed decisions. You will be able to zero in on the themes that you think have a bright future. So all those people who read news, who are aware of what is happening in the economic world around them, are best suited, with high risk capacities, are best suited for such funds. Coming to the fifth and the last question, how are thematic funds taxed? Now, at the very beginning of the video, I had told you that they are open-ended equity schemes. So like all other equity funds, thematic funds are taxed. If you sell the fund within 1 year of its purchase, you attract short-term capital gains tax for any gains that you make. It is taxed at 15%. Correct? If you sell the fund after 1 year of purchase, up to 1 lakh rupees of gains is tax free. Above that, the rate is 10% for any long term capital gains that you make on your sale transaction. Correct? So I hope you have become more aware of what thematic funds are, and search for sectors that you have confidence in, and you are ready to invest for not 5-6 years but a fairly longer period of time. Why? Because the trade cycles in various industries take that long to reach their peak. So you have to give it that much time if you are expecting higher returns. Correct? So I hope you have liked my video and hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and happy investing.